our leader, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Azikiwe Mainasara Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you. PDP! PDP! What are the women? What are the youth? Thank you. We're grateful of Benue State. We are all grateful and appreciate His Excellency, the National Chairman of our party, Alhaji Adamu Walo. His Excellency, the Vice President, His Excellency, the Senate President, and my good sister Helen Mark, wife of the Senate President, the Director General of our campaign organization, Dr. Ahmad Wali, and Dr. Bello, the former chairman of our party and a member of the Board of Trustees, and other members of the PDP Board of Trustees are here with us, the Deputy National Chairman and members of the PDP Working Committee. Let us especially appreciate the Deputy Director General in charge of North, Sanimu Turaki, SAN, who is in charge of North in the campaign, our Zonal Coordinator and the Governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswan, and my good sister Yemisi Suswan. The Chairman of PDP's Governors Forum, the Uncommon Governor, leading an uncommon government, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Governor Akpabio, thank you for that, your hilarious speech. Other governors here with us, and let us especially appreciate the incoming Governor of Benue State, Honorable Tazo, and his running mate, Honorable John Ngbede. Members of the National Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council, other very senior government functionaries here with us, my dear great people of Benue State, PDP! You have stayed here the whole day, so I will not spend much time. I will be extremely brief, because others have mentioned all what we're supposed to say. First and foremost, let me sincerely appreciate all of you, because I've been to Benue State quite a number of times, and whenever I come to Benue State, I feel very much at home. Everybody welcomes me, and I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. You showed me friendship. You have shown me love, and I love you. I like you. And let me especially thank you, the great people of this great state, for giving this present administration a good leader. A leader that his own leadership will be quite indelible in the history of this country, especially when you talk about parliamentary history. Most distinguished Senator David Mark. Since he took over Senate, and as the chairman of the National Assembly, he has stabilized the Senate and stabilized the National Assembly. But for a character like David Mark, I'm not sure we'll have gotten the kind of National Assembly we have today. So I have to use this unique opportunity not to thank him, but to thank you, the great people of Benue State, for producing him to serve this country. Let me also thank all of you for the Governor Gabriel Suswan, who has been working with me as a younger brother since the days I was a vice president. A hard-working young man, committed to the development of our people. Thank you very sincerely. And thank all our elders, former Senate President, and other very senior citizens of this great state that have been very, very supportive of this government, and they've been working with us. That is the main thing I have to tell you. But well, it's also good to mention, just like the Vice President mentioned, Governor Akpabio also mentioned, the Governor mentioned, Senate President mentioned. You voted for us massively in 2011, and we are totally committed to also reciprocating. And that is why in this great state, there are new things we've added. At least we have added some value. Only tomorrow, the Vice President told you that he's going to flag off the train linking Benue to a rail line. When Governor Akpabio mentioned means of communication that the PDP government and the governors and the presidents are doing. He spoke about the road network. We are working on it. Of course, we promise that Enugu-Otukpo Road must be done. We also promise that the local Eweto Bridge must be completed. And of course, Governor Akpabio mentioned the issue of the airports. But now we missed out the issue of the train services because that is the exclusive preserve of the federal government. That's why he forgot. I probably didn't want to speak for me. He spoke for the areas that we are cooperating with the governors. But we'll surely give you that. Vice President is going to flag off that program. That is why Vice President is going to sleep here tomorrow. You also know that before we came on board, Benue State was not linked up to the national grid. And we would say that you cannot develop a people without the national grid. You can imagine when Benue State was created. It is not fair that Benue State was not linked up to the national grid until this present administration. We linked up Benue State to the national grid with the substation at Apia, which you know very well. That will encourage agriculture. Because we are no longer talking about agriculture of just having, maybe like in those days, you talk about groundnut pyramid. No. Now we are talking about the value chain approach to agriculture. We are talking about mechanized agriculture and processing. So we are not going to heap groundnut bags. We are going to process our groundnut. We are going to process our cocoa. We are going to process what we produce and export. Because when you export raw materials, you export jobs to other countries. And that is why we talked about the agri-value chain. And when you are in Benue State, there's no way you will not talk about agriculture. Because immediately I leave here, I'm going to take pounded yam in government house. Because Benue State is the food basket of this country. And I'm happy to talk about agriculture in the food basket of this country. One thing that farmers will attest to is that this is the federal government for the first time has shown practical commitment to improving agriculture in the country. It has never been like this before. And I used to tell people, in fact, Benue State, you voted for us massively in 2011. But I'm challenging you that go and discuss with your farmers. And if they say that there is some government that did better for them, then don't vote for us. If your farmers in this state, you voted for us massively, if your farmers tell you that, no, this government we are lying, that there is some other federal government that done better for them, then don't vote for us. Don't even give us one vote. This government believes that it is through agriculture. You can create a lot of jobs for our young people. You can create wealth for our people. And most especially, you will conserve foreign resources and foreign reserves because you will no longer be importing food. Our commitment is that in the next 4 years or so, we'll stop importation of rice. And Benue State is one of those states that will make that possible. So we are going to work with you to realize that. Of course, we'll encourage micro, small, and medium scale, SMEs, micro, small, and medium scale enterprises. Already, money is being disbursed to the states. The first money that came up at just about a month ago or so, or this month is about 2 billion. In addition to what we have been giving before and will continue to give, we'll make sure that our farmers have soft loans, very soft loans, and with almost no interest. And in terms of agriculture, we are practicing agriculture even from the secondary school to the early graduates, what we call school agriculture. The lady in charge is even here, to make sure that at the secondary school level, our children should know that farming is no longer the one we just use hoes and cutlasses, that we use tractors and modern implements to farm. And we're also encouraging young graduates, what we call the agropreneurs. I think there's a program in Abuja tomorrow that will discuss agriculture, and most Nigerian farmers will be there. And listen to them. They will give an attestation as to what this government has done for this country in terms of farming. We promise you that though we have the federal government University of Agriculture here in Makurdi, but we have promised that outside the conventional courses they are offering,